It's for Swansea versus Sunderland at the Liberty City.
Ooh, Liberty Stadium is what he's trying to say.
Yep. On a Saturday. Over to you.
Really? Just like that.
Right, everybody, welcome back to another match preview. This is for Saturday's game, Swansea versus Sunderland at the Liberty Stadium, 3 o'clock kickoff.
Yes, that's right. Me and Paul will be doing a live stream on Saturday, so as always, come along, join us, have a big crack in the chat, and we'll see how the game goes. Obviously, this video we're gonna talk about mine and Paul's views on a little bit on the last game, what we think of how we think this is going to go against Swansea. Before we do any of that, as always, we always ask for the score predictions, and as you know, the last game against Blackpool was a bit different because we had what turned out to be a Barcelona shirt, this season's Barcelona strip, to be given away as a prize if you were a subscriber and you got the correct score. And there was two people who correctly guessed 0-0, and that was Adrian Kitchen and Liam Hardy.
So them two go in the hat for Saturday.
We'll not need a very big hat.
No, we'll not. Use mine, I'm small. Your head's bigger than mine.
It's not like
it is.
It's not.
It's fucking humongous.
Anyway, Swansea, okay, they've won 5, drew 3 and lost 4 this season. They're currently sitting 6th in the league, for anyone who gives a toss about the league at this stage. They've won the last 3 games in a row, and they've scored 8 goals altogether in them 3 games. So they've got off to a bit of a sloppy start in the season, but they've got a good run of form now, which is worrying, to be fair.
Well, you've got a good point, Stephen, because the last game they did beat Watford 2-1.
But did you see the game last night? Well, not see it.
I didn't
they
see
had
it.
20 minutes of injury time.
I did actually. Sorry, I did. I was watching.
They scored their winner in the 99th minute.
I was watching the Man City game. Haaland's
I was at work.
He's crazy. He's like an alien. But nonetheless, the game before that, they won. The game before that, they won. They beat Hull 3-0 away.
Yeah.
So they are, like you said, they're starting to pick up good form now. They've got some really good players in their lineup. We've got some good key players, Pirro being one of them. He's only scored 4 this season, but last season he did get 22 goals, Stephen.
Yeah, he did indeed. Like I said, they're a fast, bloody hell, they're a fast attacking team. They're good at going forward, as they've shown with the goals in the last 3 games. They've got, like you say, he's got Joel Pirro up front. They've also got Michael Obafemi, who used to play for Southampton. He's only got 2 goals and 1 assist, but his work rate's tremendous up the top end of the pitch. And them two are key with their attacks. Swansea also, they like to use the wing back system, and they've got one wing back called Ryan Manning, who is on 2 goals and 2 assists this season, and he's basically they're a threat going down the wing. They've got another kid on the wing, but I can't remember what his name is, on the other side, and they're very good at going forward. They're fast at going forward, so it's going to be completely different to the last 2 games that we've seen. Another person who's popped up with a few goals and a few assists this season is a midfielder called Olivier Incham. That's how I'm present. That's how it's spelled. That's how I'm present. That's how I'm pronouncing it. Olivier Incham. 3 goals, 2 assists, and he likes to join in the attacks. They're good at going forward. They're fast. They're attacking. I've seen some Sunderland fans saying that it'll work in our favour this time because the way they play football, it'll allow space for us to go on the counter attack.
Good point. Man.
But it depends which way you look at it. We've still got any strikers. They have been scoring goals, but they have been leaking goals. Their goal difference is 0. They've scored 15, they've conceded 15.
They've also got some old boys, Kyle Norton, who's been around forever, and Joe Allen.
Joe Allen, yes.
Really?
He was at Swansea for years and years and years.
He was.
Went to Liverpool for a couple of years and then went back to Swansea, and he's still there now.
So they've got.
I was surprised when I looked at how old he was. Joe Allen's only 32.
You joke.
I was expecting to see him 40-year-old.
I thought he was about 36 or something like that. But
no.
Nonetheless, listen, their home form, the 17th, right? The away form, they're much better away, the 4th. Our away form, we're 5th. So I know it's just clutching at straws a little bit, like, but you could look at that and. You know, I've got a good chance away. Like you said, Stephen, Swansea play totally different the way teams do at the stadium. Like, and that's what I'm going to quickly mention now. Preston, Blackpool, they played very similar. Blackpool a little bit different, as they did frustrate us a lot by sitting in. Preston done it all. Game was terrible. But Blackpool, they frustrated us, they silenced the crowd. And to be honest, Stephen, the atmosphere at the stadium has been pretty shit, really. I'm not going to lie. In recent games, it's been kind of terrible.
Well, they have the last few games. Like Tony Mowbray said that last week. Teams are purposely trying to kill the atmosphere. They're slowing down on purpose to try and kill the atmosphere, to stop us from getting behind our team and being the 12th man.
And that's exactly what's happened. That's exactly what's been happening.
It's worked, eh?
It's been happening. Get on to Sunderland. And against Blackpool the other night, we didn't create much, but we did get in dangerous areas. Clark, Diallo, Embleton. If they showed a little bit more composure, and they were more clinical in the final third. You never know who could have scored. Look at the Maxwell made some outstanding saves, especially late on, where a fingertip save against Clark.
Made one save.
He made two, didn't he?
He made one decent
Oh, sorry,
save.
Embleton hit the crossbar. A little bit, like I say, a little bit more composure, be more clinical in the final third, and you never know, we could have scored one or two that game. But fans are starting to get annoyed, and this is where me and him's going to disagree at the fact that we're playing it out the back.
Playing it out the back is fine, but when you're just playing it backwards and forwards along the back, that's where people are getting pissed off.
But then again, we did play it out the back. I've seen numerous times 09, instead of it coming across, he was giving it to Gooch. Gooch was getting on, and Gooch, gone forward, was terrible. He was terrible. Coming back, defensively, he was good. I've got it on the vlog a few times. He made some really good interceptions, but gone forward, he was terrible.
Seeing him playing up front on his own, I thought, right, they're going to be just threading the ball through him and letting him run onto it because he beat the defenders with pace.
That's what I thought.
But what we've seen was him dropping in. So if he's dropping in to get the ball and then turning and playing it, then there's nobody there for the fast ball forward, you know what I mean?
I totally agree with that one. But
like I say, it's shown the last couple of games we are desperately missing a striker.
100%.
Even in the first half against Blackpool, like the full game against Preston, the ball's going across the box. They were there for someone to finish off, but there was no one there to do it.
Exactly. A lot of people, there was a few people who were saying it's not so much that we're missing a striker, it's just that we're not taking our chances when we get them, which you could argue that could be the case, but it's clearly evident for me to say when later on in the Blackpool game, Stephen, we ran out of ideas, man. We couldn't seem to get past them, get beyond.
Roberts might as well have not been on the pitch. He was far too wide every time I went forward. He just stayed on the sideline instead of coming in and getting involved. Pritchard seemed to be getting the ball, keeping too many touches. Like that shot he did in the first half. I'm surprised the keeper didn't have to come out and meet it because it was that friggin' soft.
Another thing, Stephen, set pieces, free kicks. My God.
We haven't got nowhere to take them. Todd's free kicks this season have been shite. Then Hamilton took one in the second half. His was shite.
Clark, I noticed in the game, Clark was just like, they were arguing amongst themselves, Pritchard and Embleton. And
Clark took one as well later on, he hit the wall.
You know what I mean? That we need to work on set pieces in training because against Blackpool, we were shocking. We were shocking.
Definitely. We're not going to bother trying to guess the team selection because you never know what's going to happen because we've got any strikers. Will he go for the same as what he did? Because I think he'd probably start exactly the same as what he started against Blackpool because if you watch Tony Mowbray's post-match interview, he was absolutely over the moon. He says, that's how I want us to play football all the time, like in the way we did in the first half against Blackpool. But it just obviously be
would there be any changes?
But be more clinical. That's what I'm saying. I don't think
for you, I mean, would you make any changes? There's only one change I would make personally. Defensively, I think we've been really good defensively. We've kept clean sheets in the past two games.
Well, we have. We've kept. I mean, like I said, Patterson helped us massively last on Tuesday with them 3 offs. 3 offs. 3 shots. 3 saves. Bloody hell! I'll get there in the end. 3 saves in the space of 5 minutes.
One change I would make, and that is for it's Diallo. I did like Diallo, but like you were saying, he was getting used wrong. That's his first start in 6 months. But I would prefer Bennette up the top because I kind of see him dropping Clark. You know what I mean? Normally I would like Bennette out wide.
Personally, after Tuesday's performance, you want to be looking at maybe dropping Roberts.
Oh, true. Fair,
you know what I mean? I'm a big fan of Roberts, as you all know.
We are.
But Tuesday, it was ineffective throughout the entire game.
You're right. I totally agree with you on that.
So maybe that, but like I say, we'll kind of try and guess them because we don't know what he's going to do.
I haven't got a clue, to be honest. But like
that brings us on to Paul.
Oh, what?
Score predictions.
Oh,
you got first.
It's my turn. Shit.
All right.
Right. Listen. The only thing I'm trying to cling on a little bit with Swansea, I know they're in 6th, but they've won the last 3. Some good teams have beaten all. So I'm clinging on to the fact that they're not the best at home. They're down in 17th in the league. So with our away form being better, less pressure on us, I'm going to go for a Sunderland 1-0 win. Over to you.
Right.
Over to you. We'll get one eventually.
Well, one of us will.
One of us will eventually.
Now, I've looked at obviously the way we've been playing, the way of how we're struggling to score. We haven't got anyone there to take chances, and how if we are going to keep on playing along the back like we normally do, we're going to get caught out. And Swansea are fast. They're very good at attack and they're very good at going forward. I'm going for Swansea 2, Sunderland 1. Unfortunately, I cannot see us winning this game.
Oh my God.
I cannot see us winning this game.
If anybody agrees with anything he says ever again...
Listen, I've given me score prediction. I want to be wrong, but this is a competition at the end of the day.
Oh, shit,
So I honestly cannot see us winning on Saturday. With the way we've been playing, or the way we've been in front of goal, should we say. Not the way we've been playing some decent football, but the way we've been in front of goal and how good they are going forward, especially at the minute. I'm saying Swansea 2-1.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. It's all right. It's your opinion. To be honest, I'm gone with my heart rather than my head. And anyway, to be honest with that.
Well, I very rarely do that.
But for people who didn't understand why might have went down that route, it is a competition. And if you're new to the channel and you didn't know what it's about, me and him, we're doing a points tally, and at the end of the season, one of us has to do a forfeit. He lost it last time. He jumped in the Baltic North Sea, -5 degrees in his little Y fronts, and we've done like a little vlog of it, and it was hilarious. So I think if I lose this one, he will get us back really bad, because that was kind of good what he done. Like it was funny, and he was freezing. Join us for the live stream on Saturday. We'll be doing a live stream of Swansea versus Sunderland. About 20 to 3, we're going to be kicking off. Let's see if he can make it on time, because he normally likes to make a late arrival.
Just to cover, when we say live stream, it's a live watch along, before people start crying on about it. All right?
No,
but yes, we'll be there. Hopefully watching Sunderland win, but I've got my realistic head on at the minute, and that's why I've went for the Sunderland getting beat. But like I say, hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully you get to join us to watch us be wrong.
So, hit the thumbs up.
Subscribe if you're new.
And we'll see you in the next one.
We're the lads.